My name is Ron Gardner, and I will be hosting a session today entitled Performance Evaluation for New Employees. We hope to answer the essential question of why is it important for you to know how you will be evaluated on your current job. The objectives for today will be, at the end of the session, the participant will be able to identify and understand an employee performance evaluation. What is an employee performance evaluation? Number two, importance of an employee performance evaluation. Um, how will you be measured? Number three, review a sample employee evaluation. Four, a sample self-evaluation. And five, a recommended action plan so that you could be on top of your game when you get evaluated. What is an employee performance evaluation plan? An employee performance evaluation, also known as performance review, is a process used by organizations to give employees feedback on their job performance and formally document that performance. Although many companies determine their own evaluation cycles, most conduct employee performance evaluations once and most of the time an interim performance evaluation also. They come in many shapes, forms, and fashions, but the real issue is that they will use this to evaluate your job performance, raises, and promotions. How will your performance be measured and evaluated? The key here is when you get on a new job, you need to personally know how your performance will be evaluated. The general rule, most employers have criteria for performance measurements at the job. Make sure you understand how your performance will be evaluated. An example might simply be a specific performance plan that they write and review with you when you first get employed. Your results, the results of your work, some of the sales that you did you reach quota, your customer sat rating, either that by peers, managers, or customer surveys, completion rates, deliverables, peer ranking, and intangibles. Remember, anytime you're on a job with more than one person, yes, you will be compared with the success of your peers. So it's not a competition, but yes, you will be compared and it's competitive. Basically, the long and short is, did you meet what was expected? Um, and it's three criteria. You met it, you did not meet it, or you exceeded. Typically, you want to be in the exceeding category. On the did not meet, typically these are examples. You get a warning, an improvement plan, low employee rating, no salary increase. Average, that's where you want to be. You always can exceed, but you definitely want to be in the middle. So, met the performance goal, completed all job tasks and goals, average employee ranking, meaning that you was in the middle of the pack. You wasn't in the top, but you was in the middle. Average salary increase you'll receive, and basically with Met rating, you will be eligible for promotions. For those stellar and motivated individuals, you want to try to get to the exceeded performance goal. Remember, everybody can't be in the exceeded bracket, but that's what you should aspire to do in terms of performance. That's the rating that you really should be going for. You exceeded all job tasks and goals, top employee ranking amongst the 20, let's say you're in the top 5. Very good. Above average salary increase, typically you would expect. These are the people who would get awards, promotions, and other leadership opportunities. This is a general performance evaluation. Basically, it's going to show you the different categories, and I'm not going to read them all, but it's talking about the dedication, performance is the key here. Good working knowledge of job assignment, organizes and performs work in a timely, professional manner. Taking initiative is a big one. Teamwork, character, responsiveness, personality. I talked about those intangibles that go into the performance evaluation. The list is here: cooperation, initiative, communication, teamwork, character, responsiveness, and personality. So therefore, if you're borderline or trying to get to the exceeded, these are the things that will push you over to the top. Typically, they have a SA and NI here. We know that the NI means need improvement. I'm just going to go for A, average, and the top one, the first one in there is probably the exceeds. Sometimes they have 4 or 5, but typically you should know if you met the expectations or if you did not meet the expectations. The exceeded category is when you do things above and beyond and take initiative. But you definitely should be reviewing it at least 3 times a year, self-assessing and getting feedback in terms of, are you meeting the minimum requirements of the job. Self-evaluation during the evaluation process is key. So interim self-evaluation is very important. It is defined as self-evaluation is a reflective process where an individual assesses their own performance, skills, and personal growth. The definition here says self-evaluation is a powerful tool for understanding your own strengths, weaknesses, achievements, and areas of improvement. It is most commonly employed in work, school, and personal development. Through this practice, this is the most important thing. Through this practice, individuals can identify their progress toward their specific goals and making sure that they are doing the things that are required to get the necessary rating that they're working so hard to achieve. Finally, this is our recommended action plan. Number 1, it is your responsibility to understand your performance evaluation plan, whether that be verbal or documented. It is your responsibility to understand what are you shooting for in the beginning. 2, identify the person that will be evaluating you. Most of the time it's a manager or supervisor, but also identify some of the other players such as peers and customers that might have some input. 3, review your performance evaluation 3 times a year, not at the end. Make sure that you're hitting the targets that you and management have agreed to, and if you're not, make the necessary adjustments to make it happen. You want to obtain, number 4, you want to obtain feedback from your peers and management. You want to do that on an ongoing basis so you know how you stand. You don't want to wait to the end or 6 months to get into a review and they say that you have issues. You really need to know those up front so that you can make a corrective action and get help and support. Next, you want to make required adjustments all the time to obtain your target rating. If you're trying to get to that exceeded bracket, you might need help and strategize to do some other things or get some additional work or find out how can you get there or what is required for you to get that rating if that's what you aspire. Next one, identify intangibles that have an impact on your rating. We talked about that on the slide before, but yes, personality, amiability, teamwork, leadership, cooperation, all those things will go into the input of a performance rating for you on the job. You need to understand the political climate that's around you and the general business that you're in and what your manager and management perceives as an outstanding employee. Thank you for your time. I hope this helps. Ron Gardner, Youth Empowered Solutions.